A former Lexington man celebrated as a hurricane hero. Good evening, I'm glad you're here tonight. I'm Veronica Jean Seltzer. I will tell you in a minute about that hurricane hero and what 5 former presidents recognized him for. First, I have all you need to know about a terrible wreck this morning that many of you may have driven past. Traffic was moving well again this evening, but around 11 a.m., those southbound lanes on I-75 were shut down near exit 90. We have some shocking video of the crash from viewer Sadie Shanks. The Madison County coroner says a load of wood, you can see it there, plywood, fell off a semi and caused several other crashes. The truck driver, 54-year-old Billy Ray Berry from Tennessee, was going north when he had a medical emergency and hit the barrier in the center of the road. He was later pronounced dead in the hospital. The coroner says he didn't see any injuries on him that would indicate he died because of the crash, but he sent him for an autopsy just to be sure. 6 to 8 other cars crashed in the southbound lanes, meaning several people were treated at the hospital for minor injuries. In Louisville, a suspect is dead at his own hand after reportedly shooting at officers. Police say they were responding to a domestic violence call. They tried to stop a car they thought their suspect was driving, but the driver didn't stop. Later, they found that same car pulling into Bethany Memorial Cemetery. According to officers, the suspect pointed a gun at them and then fired. The car was hit. Luckily, no officers. A chase followed after that. Officers say they then heard a gunshot and eventually found the suspect dead from what appears to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
We've had a remarkable stretch of some beautiful fall weather. Unfortunately, it is coming to an abrupt end, and I will show you that here in just a little bit. But first, we're going out to Mount Sterling, our Fork Bank sky view shot. It's a gorgeous night underway there in Montgomery County. We're at 66 degrees right now, dew points at 50, just a light south-southeast breeze. The pavement is dry at the moment. Most likely it will be dry throughout the night and maybe even in tomorrow morning, but after that, that is going to change in a very big way. Right now, Live HD shows some rain, and that's in western Kentucky. Nothing overhead at the moment, so once again, we're in good shape. Look at these temperatures back in Illinois, already down into the 50s. But coming back home, we're in great shape. We're generally in the 60s. Stanton, you're checking in with 57 degrees as we speak. Here's your morning planner, and it's not that bad. We will see some showers by the time you're up in the morning. Not a widespread activity. That will increase those as we go through the day. And my, oh my, a couple of days, we could be looking at our very first freeze of the season. I'll have all those details for you in just a few minutes. BJ?
Ugh, a freeze. I can't believe that already. All right, George, thank you. All 5 living former presidents appeared together for a hurricane relief benefit concert in Texas last night, raising millions in the process. Here's Kim Hutcherson with more.
I'm thrilled to be able to introduce 39, 42, and 44 to one of the finest universities in the United States. I speak for the folks right here when I say we really admire and love George H.W. Bush.
An evening originally planned to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Bush 41's presidential library at Texas A&M University transformed into an opportunity for all 5 former presidents to raise money for hurricane victims.
All of us on this stage here tonight could not be prouder of the response of Americans.
Let's all work together and make America still a greater volunteer nation.
The heart of America, without regard to race or religion or political party, is greater than our problems.
In a nod to national unity, they dubbed their effort the One America Appeal, a charity that's raised more than $30 million for hurricane relief. President Donald Trump even made a cameo in a taped video message where he praised the former president's work as tremendous. I'm Kim Hutcherson, ABC 36 News.
Kim, thank you. A little bit of Lexington was on display there in Texas last night. A man who used to call the Bluegrass home was honored at Texas A&M for his relief work after Hurricane Harvey. Zach Deering made headlines as a hurricane hero, helping about 100 people weather the storm in a shelter until help could arrive. Deering and 4 other volunteers were awarded a Point of Light Award from the 5 former presidents.
ABC 36 is Solid Blue. This Solid Blue report is brought to you by Paul Miller Ford. Drive happy.
The Kentucky football squad was supposed to, keyword there, come back healed, energized, and ready to attack the second half of the season after their bye week. Instead, they hit the road and got dominated. We all saw it. There's likely no need to remind you of it, but the Cats were beaten in nearly every facet of the game Saturday against Mississippi State. The Cats would tie the game early in the second quarter off a crazy play, but then the Bulldogs would proceed to score 38 unanswered points. Fans may point to a variety of reasons why the loss happened, but Mark Stoops says it boils down to one thing: physicality.
And coach good enough. They took care of business from the beginning of the game to the end. So they were the more physical team, and generally when you're that much more physical than your opponent, you're going to lose the game. And that was the case tonight, and I give them credit. They really played well. They're a well-coached football team. They're very physical, and they have an outstanding quarterback. So it was a great effort by them, not good enough by us, and we got to get back to work.
Coming up a little later in sports, hear more from Stoops and also hear from Coach Cal on where he thinks his team is and how far they have to go. But don't worry, he likes his team. Until then, live in studio, I'm Brian Kennedy, ABC 36 Sports.
Looking forward to meeting those Cats, Brian. Thank you. More sports news now. ESPN host Jamel Hill will be back on the air tomorrow after a 2-week suspension. Hill, co-host of Sports Center's SC6, was sidelined for violating ESPN's social media guidelines. The offending tweet was a response to comments made by Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones. Hill acknowledged that she violated policy, adding the suspension was deserved and the network did what it thought was right. Say goodbye to a beautiful weekend. I know it's rough. Meteorologist George Zabrecki tells us when to expect the cold and the wet next.
You're watching ABC 36 News Weekend Edition.
Coming up tomorrow on Good Morning Kentucky, high blood pressure is known as the silent killer and one that could very well be threatening someone you love, maybe even you. Tomorrow, the push to get more Americans to check their numbers.
For a top-rated customer experience, come to Frankfort Toyota, only 11 miles from the Georgetown exit.
We invite TMMK members and families to come experience our 5-star sales and service. You'll be glad you did, and we'll pay you top dollar for your trade-in.
A top-rated service department with 6 master technicians. TMMK members and family, don't settle for less. Exclusively, we offer 4 years or 50,000 miles complimentary maintenance. Frankfort Toyota.
Ageless medical weight loss can help improve your overall health. Robert lost 107 pounds and 83 inches. He reduced his cholesterol and triglycerides levels. Ageless is a safe, affordable, medically supervised weight loss solution. Call today for a free consultation.
I'm Tom Kenny. Join me and ABC 36 in honoring Central Kentucky's veterans at the Lexington Veterans Day Parade. Celebrate all those who serve to defend our great nation. Saturday, November 11th at 2 p.m. downtown. We'll see you there.
Download the ABC 36 app to get up-to-the-minute weather alerts, breaking news, sports, and more.
When you get hurt, you know what to do.
Call Hughes and Coleman.
Call 800-800-4600. All you do is call.
And they take care of everything.
800-800-4600.
800-800-4600.
That's an easy number.
Studies show people who call a lawyer on average get up to 3 times more money.
That's a lot of moolah.
800-800-4600.
Hughes and Coleman. 800-800-4600.
To celebrate Subaru and Quantrell's 50th anniversary, we're having our biggest sale ever this month at Quantrell. And just in time for winter weather driving, buy your new 2018 symmetrical all-wheel drive Subaru Outback for only $25,970 or lease it for just $226 per month. And 0% 48-month financing is available with no money down. That's right, own a new 2018 Outback for only $25,970 or lease it for only $226 per month this month at Quantrell Subaru.
Hi, I'm Katie Solove. Watch Midday Kentucky every Wednesday for your chance to win a $100 gift card to Stephen Lawrence Limited. Just go to our Facebook page after the show and like and comment on my outfit from Stephen Lawrence Limited. Watch Midday Kentucky weekdays at noon.
ABC 36 Storm Team Weather is brought to you by Kentucky Farm Bureau. In good weather and bad, there's Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment. The ABC 36 Storm Team Forecast. Independently certified, the most accurate in Central Kentucky.
Okay, we've already talked about how beautiful the weekend was, how I enjoyed it, as George was saying, on the ground, which I thought was lovely, but George was enjoying it up in the air to a degree.
To a degree, I was getting a head jump on my Christmas lights. I do put up a few too many, but took advantage of the nice warm weather.
Yes,
So
and I can't wait to show them off.
So I was up on the roof all day yesterday. It was nice up there, too. It was really nice around the area. But let's head outside right now to Mount Sterling. This is our Fork Bank sky view, and it's beautiful out there right now. We're at 66 degrees. The dew point's at 50. And we have a little bit of a southeast breeze at 7 miles per hour. And to push that aside a little bit, notice the pavement is dry for now. But I think by this time tomorrow, that will not be the case, unfortunately. We had 7 beautiful days of no rain, but that's going to change in a big, big way. Take a look at these temperatures, highs for today. And I mean, really do take a good look at them, because we may not see these temperatures the remainder of the year, because we have some very cold air coming in for this week, possibly colder air coming in next week. And gang, we're only 2 months away from Christmas, so the chance of getting these temperatures again, slim to none, unfortunately. But it was a great weekend after all, wasn't it? All right, here are weather headlines. Saying goodbye to a good friend. That's that high pressure system that gave us some beautiful weather. A very wet Monday is on tap, but our first freeze, yes, not saying it's going to happen, but it's certainly possible. Wednesday night and on into Thursday morning. Live HD says we're clean right now. Nothing going overhead, but notice the rain now starting to work its way into western Kentucky. So we will be seeing more and more rain as we go through the next 12 hours. Temperatures right now, not too bad. Still in the 60s, very pleasant. We're not going to drop much more than the 60s for tonight, because the cloud cover and the rain that's coming in. In fact, look at our cloud cover right now. We're mostly cloudy to cloudy, but notice the showers off to the west of us. They're going to intensify and increase in coverage as we go through the next 12 to 24 hours. But for tonight, we're going to see basically dry weather until early in the morning, when we'll see rain developing and we'll drop down to about 60 degrees. Now, I mentioned how cold it's going to get. Right now, we're still in the oranges right now, still pretty warm, but as I put it in motion and it takes us on into Tuesday night, notice what happens. A big chunk of cold Canadian air drives south right into the Ohio and Tennessee valleys. The coldest of the cold will be staying to our north. How much rain are we going to see? Well, Futurecast shows right now we're in pretty good shape as we head on into your Monday morning. A couple of showers here and there. We really get into it, though, by midday tomorrow. A little bit of a break, another shot comes in tomorrow night, and then we're going to see little bits of energy pinwheel around the storm system, and so we could see a few more showers on Tuesday and maybe even Tuesday night, and that should end possibly by Wednesday morning. How much rain are we going to see? Well, as we put it in motion here, it ends Tuesday morning. A good soaking rain throughout much of the Commonwealth, but here's a point. All right, leaves are changing, the leaves are falling. With this type of water out there, leaves could act as a little bit of a sheet of ice, so give yourself a little bit more space between you and the person in front of you. Now, for tomorrow specifically, we're looking for a high of only 66 degrees, and looks like rain could be heavy at times. Here's your 7-day forecast. Shows temperatures dropping off the cliff. We could see a high of only 52 come Wednesday, and then, of course, we see warmer temperatures by the weekend. Could be more rain on Friday, and we'll be right back with more news.
Be your best with no compromise.
We interrupt this message to tell you that our start package is $99. Just $99. Go to HorizonWeightLoss.com. That's HorizonWeightLoss.com.
Horizon Weight Loss.
So the satellite went out last night in the rain in the middle of my show. I've had it. We're switching to Spectrum.
Wait, what? Honey? All right, you've got free HD and free primetime on demand. Yeah, right. Free. Yeah, it's free.
Get Spectrum TV with superior HD in any weather. Plus thousands of titles free on demand. Just $29.99 a month. Call 844-575-2999.
And you get 60 megabit Spectrum internet. 60? Is that even legal?
Shouldn't you get ready for work?
Get the fastest internet starting speeds for the price. Just $29.99 a month. Plus unlimited nationwide calling with Spectrum Voice. Call 844-575-2999.
Okay, you're all set.
Deal, huh?
1-year contract.
No contracts.
What happens on Maple Street stays on Maple Street.
Get Spectrum TV, internet, and voice for just $29.99 a month each with no contracts. Call 844-575-2999.
Hi, I'm Joan London. Today's senior living communities have never been better, and nobody understands your options like the advisors at A Place for Mom. A Place for Mom is a free service to help you find a place that fits your parents' budget, needs, and personalities. Call today. A Place for Mom. You know your family, we know senior living. Together, we'll make the right choice.
In Lexington, call 1-800-225-9856. That's 1-800-225-9856.
Be your best with no compromise.
We interrupt this message to tell you that our start package is $99. Just $99. Go to HorizonWeightLoss.com. That's HorizonWeightLoss.com.
Horizon Weight Loss.
Police in Florida are searching for whoever is scaring a Tampa neighborhood after 3 people were shot and killed in the same area, all in less than 2 weeks. The latest murder took place Thursday when Anthony Neboa, a 20-year-old man with autism, was killed while on his way home from work. His family spoke out this weekend.
Waiting and waiting for your child to come home, and they don't get home.
Neboa was killed about 200 to 300 yards away from where 22-year-old Benjamin Mitchell was killed on October 9th. And on October 13th, the body of Monica Caridad Hoffa was found about a half mile from where Mitchell was found. Police believe she died October 11th. The mayor of Girard, Ohio, calls yesterday the saddest day in his city's history. He says police officer Justin Leo was killed after responding to a domestic violence call Saturday night. Officials say a suspect shot Leo as he walked into a home. Another officer then shot and killed the suspect. Leo was rushed to the hospital where he later died.
Justin Leo was a young man I knew most of his life, and an absolute gentleman, and someone who this city has been proud of since he's been here with us.
Officer Leo was a 5-year veteran of the department. The suspect's name has not yet been released. The Cats suffered their second loss of the season Saturday. It was not pretty. So where do they go from here? Hear from Coach Stoops coming up in sports.
Amber Freeman, ABC 36, your neighbors, your news.
Here's to believing the end of the road is where the real fun begins, and that adventure is never out of reach. When you believe, you can go anywhere. Hurry in, because the Jeep Celebration event only happens once a year. Finance and get an average $8,025 in total values on the purchase of a 2017 Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk.
I've got a car wreck case with multiple victims and 2 defendants. Our client has very serious injuries and no medical insurance. The defendants are blaming each other. No one wants to pay. What should we do?
I'd sue both defendants, then demand policy limits from each defendant, and then show the future medical expenses. How old's our client?
He's 36.
Show 30 years of diminished earnings capacity, and then watch the 2 insurance companies fight it out to see who settles first.
Hughes & Coleman. Experience matters. 800-800-4600.
It may have been a messy divorce that suddenly cut your income in half, but not your bills. It might have been an injury or illness or your boss just cutting back your hours. Being in over your head is a vicious cycle. One day late, they charge you a late fee. Miss a payment, they double your rate. We fight for you using our proven experience and the insider programs the credit card companies try to hide. If you've got over $10,000 in credit card debt and you can't ever see breaking free, then call Action Debt and do it now.
When I was a smoker, I couldn't do this through an entire 30-second commercial. And not because I didn't have a free hand. After about 10 seconds, my heart would be pounding out of my chest. But now that I've quit, I can do this for 10 minutes, no problem. But I didn't quit on my own. Quit Now Kentucky helped me at every step along the way, and you can do it too. If you're at the end of your rope and you're ready to quit, go to quitnowkentucky.org and get started today.
Ageless medical weight loss can help improve your overall health. Robert lost 107 pounds and 83 inches. He reduced his cholesterol and triglycerides levels. Ageless is a safe, affordable, medically supervised weight loss solution. Call today for a free consultation.
Cats will now look to bounce back next Saturday against Tennessee, and Mark Stoops says improvement starts with him. After the game, Stoops admitted both the Cats were outplayed and outcoached in that 45-7 beatdown they suffered at the hands of Mississippi State. When he talked to his team following the game, he didn't hold back.
It's not acceptable, and it's not okay, and they flat out beat us. They outcoached us. You accept it, and there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide in this business, and there's nowhere for them to run, nowhere to hide. They whooped us. That's the way it is, and you got to accept it. We all have to look at ourselves in the mirror and look at every aspect of our situation and see where you get better, starting with me, but every person looks at themselves in the mirror and sees things that we can do better, and give Mississippi State credit for beating our tails, and that's the way it is, and we're going to go back to work on Monday, and that they better strap it on and be ready to go to work.
Up the road in Cincy, the Bengals hosting their best friends, the Steelers, late in the first. Pittsburgh up 7-0. Dalton fires one to Brandon LaFell. He'd hold on for 6, all tied at 7 now. Mid-second, Bengals down 14-7. Fourth and goal on the 1. Dalton finds Tyler Croft wide open in the end zone. Tie ball game again. Mid-third, trouble though. Bengals down 23-14. Dalton trying to hit A.J. Green. It's tipped right into the hands of Joe Hayden. 3 turnovers doom the Bengals. They fall to the Steelers 29-14. From a football team we know quite a bit about to a basketball team we're still trying to figure out. And if you ask Coach Cal, he's still trying to do the same. Friday's blue-white scrimmage didn't tell us too much, but it did give us a glimpse into what this team could be. Freshman P.J. Washington showed off his game, pouring in 21 points, and fellow freshman Kevin Knox showed he can do just about anything with his game-high 22 points that he dropped. But what are the Cats going to do at the point guard position between Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and Quade Green? Here's Kyle on what he's telling those two, as well as how he's impressed with the improvement of one of his veterans.
Shea did some good things. All I'm telling Quade, do not hold the ball. Do not hold the ball. Get rid of it, and he can shoot. So now we'll get you shots. You be the guy away from the ball. And if it comes to you and you get in the lane, that's great. So, we've got to narrow into how we're going to play. I thought Wenyon worked hard the whole time and tried and made shots, and he's way better than he was a year ago. I think you see that. But we're going to have to see.
If there's another guy we're trying to figure out, it's center Nick Richards. The Jamaican native has been billed as the Cats' rim protector, and he showed that with 8 blocks on Friday. But offensively, that's where Cal is trying to develop his raw talent.
Not bad. He did some good stuff. I mean, offensively, I'm just trying to tell him, just jump hook, man. Don't forget about watch this. No, catch it, fake, and jump hook. If it goes in, fine. If it doesn't, we'll rebound it. So again, you try to make it simple and keep it simple for the kids.
It was pretty fun just being around, just playing and rubbing, just playing around that many people. I never played in front of that much people in my life. It was a pretty great experience, and I didn't show my whole entire skill set as a player.
And that's all we have for you in sports. Stay with us. Ray DA is next.
Unless you have money to burn, you need to log on to mvmcars.com and compare our prices on quality used cars. Write it down before you forget. mvmcars.com. Motivation Motor Cars. We're thousands left.
Eyeglass World salutes Justin, who scored the best table at Giovanni's without even bribing the maitre d'. Not surprisingly, Justin shops at Eyeglass World, where he gets the expert advice he wants, his glasses the very same day, and 2 pairs for just $78. Eyeglass World. See yourself smile. See yourself save. And get your glasses the same day, too, thanks to our in-store labs.
When only the best will do, Tempur-Pedic delivers. Only Tempur material precisely conforms to your weight, shape, and temperature, so you'll sleep deeply and wake up feeling like a champion. Find an exclusive retailer at TempurPedic.com.
The new Steak and Shake Prime Steak Burger. The world's best big burger. 6 ounces of the finest all-natural brisket and chuck. So big, you have to put a steak knife in it. The Prime Steak Burger, only at Steak and Shake.
Ageless medical weight loss can help improve your overall health. Robert lost 107 pounds and 83 inches. He reduced his cholesterol and triglycerides levels. Ageless is a safe, affordable, medically supervised weight loss solution. Call today for a free consultation.
Jason Myers and the ABC 36 Storm Team, independently certified most accurate in Central Kentucky for the 3rd year in a row. Brought to you by Kentucky Farm Bureau. In good weather or bad, there's Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
Buying a quality used car at a great price shouldn't be a game of chance. Take comfort in Motivation Motor Cars. 60% of the cars we sell are to our customers, their family and friends. Motivation Motor Cars. Trust begins here.
Hello, crime fighters. I'm Ray, the DA, and we're here on Straight Talk. And with us today is an old friend of mine, Anita Franklin. And I'm really sorry to say that she and I are friends, because typically when you prosecute like I did and you make friends in the business, that means somebody has had a victim. And Anita, you have. Your son was murdered.
He was.
Tell us, when did that happen?
That happened April 13th on 2014. It happened in Duncan Park right here in Lexington, Kentucky.
Now, your son was 21 years old.
He was. He had just turned 21.
Mm-hmm. A good-looking kid.
He was.
Now, tell me about, where were you when you learned?
Well, Ray, I was at home, and he was going to head back to school. He was a student at Kentucky State University, and he wanted to go to Whitley Hill Park to skateboard.
Mm-hmm.
And so my younger son called and said he thought something had happened to Tony, and I said no, and quit calling me. I said Tony is gone to the park, and he'll be back home soon. And this kid called 2 or 3 times, and that's when I realized really something was wrong. And so I contacted the Lexington Police Department to see had they heard if a child had been shot, and of course it was confirmed, not necessarily Tony, but she told me where he would be if that had happened. And of course I went to the University of Kentucky Hospital, and he was injured.
And he subsequently died. And one of the, I always admire people who are organ donors.
Yes.
And so 5 people are healthier now than they were thanks to him.
Absolutely, and we have 2 of those recipients that are just like family.
Mm-hmm.
When I host events, they're there, and they're just extended family. We talk frequently, and I gained more to my family.
The criminal justice system typically treats people like, victims, in my opinion, treats people that are victims like trash. And you're no different on that.
We feel like we're second-class citizens,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
And we got to do better about that. Well, a lot of people, when they have a loss like you've suffered, just kind of shrink and go away. Decided, not you. You got involved seriously in a organization called VIP. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it? And you brought a little poster here.
I did.
And tell us about it.
After my son's death, I had a girlfriend from, she lived in Hawaii, and she said, what are you going to do about this? And I said, I'm going to show you. Immediately, we got out into the community, and we formed an organization called the Antonio Franklin Jr. Violence Intervention Project, and the acronyms are VIP. And what we want our children to know is that they're very important people, but also that it's very important to pray. And we have one motto, and it says, let's live in peace so we don't have to say rest in peace. We have a lot of kids that walk around and say rest in peace. We shouldn't be saying that. We should be talking about how we want to live in peace, and they should know that longevity is what's expected. Don't expect to just make it to 18 or 21. You should expect to live an older age like myself. So it's not acceptable to say rest in peace.
Well, one of the things, there's that thing about walking the talk. you don't just talk the talk. You're out in the midst of young people and sort of really pushing the idea, put down the damn guns.
Absolutely. You know, Ray, as being treated like a second-class citizen through my son's trial and through the penal system, also people still, as of today, point fingers and wonder, when am I going to stop talking? My question is, when is the violence going to end?
Mm-hmm.
That's when they can judge when I'm going to be quiet, is when the kids are able to live like they're supposed to live and how we are taught to live. And so we have different things. We organize peace walks, and we bring in farm animals and different things that our kids typically wouldn't see. And then I host a pageant every year in the month of August, and it's called the Mr. and Mrs. Essence of Lexington pageant.
Well, at any rate, this is a good person to have on your side because she means business, so stand aside. Anita, thank you. And once again, I'm sorry we have to meet.
I love you, Ray, and I love Lexington. It's our community.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
The opinions expressed in this segment are not necessarily those of the management and staff of ABC 36.
A cheeseburger and onion rings for $2.99? Last time we ate this good for $2.99, we were in college.
No, I was in college. You were in denial.
That's not true.
Get a cheeseburger and handmade onion rings for just $2.99. This is how you Sonic.